A huge crowd of South Carolina Democrats and Democratic supporters jammed the historic Galivants Ferry Stump Monday, September 16th, to hear four presidential candidates state their cases for support in the February 29, 2020 primary election. It was the first time in the 143-year tradition of the Stump that speakers included candidates for President of the United States. Addressing the crowd were former Vice President Joe Biden, Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, Fort Wayne, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. Warming up the crowd were HCDP Chair Don Kahn, South Carolina Democratic Chair Trav Robertson, and Jamie Harrison, who is seeking his party's nomination to run against incumbent Republican U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham. Also seeking that nomination is economist Gloria Tinubu. Here are some sights and sounds from the Stump.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness.
Voting is critical. We all must vote, but it's not enough. We all of us, need to register voters. And if you are not registered, go to the Horry County Democratic Party tent and register today. We need to protect voting rights. We need to donate to candidates and to the party. We need to work for candidates or run as a candidate yourself. We need to help to communicate our message and get your family, friends, and neighbors involved. Horry County Democratic Party has an office in Conway. That's the base of our operation. Come visit us. Better yet, join us. We have begun to turn Horry blue, and we can do it with your help. This is an election where no one can stand on the sidelines and expects others to solve the problem. Mueller didn't fix the problem. Republicans did not pick country over party. As President Obama said, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. If we want change, we have to make it happen. So get involved. Go to the Horry County tent. We've got Marion County and Georgetown County here represented too. We've got the Democratic Women's Council. We've got the Young Democrats. Please get involved. Talk to a candidate. But take a stand and get active. Thank you very much.
The Democratic Party is on a revival in this state, and we're not going to stop until we take back what's rightfully ours. You are going to hear from those who are vying to lead this nation. And make no mistake, we are up against a wall in this country. We're running against people who claim to be Christians, but yet they don't know how to practice their faith. Where in the Bible does it say it's okay to take babies away from mamas and throw them in cages? Where does it say that we don't have a responsibility to take care of our environment? But most importantly, you have a Republican Party that says they believe in faith and freedom and democracy, but at every opportunity, they shut the door on democracy. They're so scared that Donald Trump might be challenged that they refuse to even have a primary in South Carolina.
Our states actually have more in common than you might think. You know, you've got Southern hospitality, we've got Minnesota nice. You in South Carolina are home to the world's largest roller skate. Minnesota is home to the world's largest hockey puck. You have a former governor who hiked the Appalachian Trail. We don't have a governor that hiked that trail. Oh, that's right, you don't either. You have the Rice Museum in Georgetown, and we have the world's only museum entirely devoted to spam. We send Mitch McConnell packing. By winning then. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. And I can tell you right now, I don't want to be the president for just half the country. I want to be the president for all the country. And you want to have someone heading up that ticket that understands rural, that is able to bring along not just our fired up base that we see out here, but also independents and moderate Republicans. And I've done it every place, every race, every time.
Because I believe that our country is running out of time. Our country's in a crisis. The American people are divided, discouraged, and doubtful at the very moment we need to be rising to meet some of the toughest challenges we've ever known. And every day we got a president tweeting out a new outrage in order to distract us from the fact that he's not capable of doing the job. Within a decade, we're going to reach a point of no return on our climate. And yet the president thinks you can change the weather by taking out a Sharpie and rewriting the map. Our economy is so out of whack that the stock market and the gross domestic product are going up at the same time that life expectancy is going down in this country.
You know, yesterday I had an incredible honor of speaking at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. It was the 56th anniversary of the murder of those 4 lovely young women who were getting dressed to be in the choir. It was there in remembrance of the bombing that stole their lives. But more than 5 decades after that horrible day, for all the progress we've made, we also have to acknowledge that there can be no realization of the American dream without continuing to grapple with the original sin of slavery brought to these shores over 400 years ago. A century-long campaign of violence, 4 centuries worth, that in fact fear and trauma brought upon black people in this country. Domestic terrorism and white supremacy have been the antagonist of our highest ideals from our very beginning. Lynch mobs, arsonists, bomb makers, lone gunmen. And we all now realize that violence does not live in the past. If you give it oxygen, it comes back. The same poisonous ideology that lit the fuse in the 16th Street pulled the trigger at Mother Emanuel. And by the way, the pastor of Mother Emanuel was there at the 16th Street Church. It also has unleashed anti-Semitism in Pittsburgh and Poway. We saw white supremacists gun down innocent Latinos in El Paso parking lot with a military-style weapon, declaring it would stop, quote, the Hispanic invasion of America, of Texas. You know, The president's words matter. They matter. When he said after Charlottesville, the President Trump said, and that's what he's done, unleash those darkest forces. When he said after Charlottesville, there were, quote, very fine people on both sides. He gave license and safe harbor to hate, to white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and the KKK.
If you've had any experience like this, I'm going to ask you 4 questions. First question, have you ever had a time, I want everyone to raise your hand if you have you ever had a time where you had to just drop everything and be there for a loved one, no matter how tough it was, that you had to do the right thing to help someone in your life who needed your help? Look at all those hands up. God bless you all. Have you ever had a time, everyone be honest here, have you ever had a time where it was tough to pay all the bills, it was tough to make ends meet? Okay. Have you ever had the feeling, in recent years, have you ever had the feeling that things are more stressful than they used to be? You ever feel there's more stress and anxiety in life? One more. When you think about the way the world is changing, do you ever worry whether there's going to be enough jobs for you, for your family, for your kids? Do you ever worry whether there's going to be a job that actually you're going to be able to live on, your family's going to be able to live on? Well, I got to tell you, what you have said tonight, folks all over South Carolina I've talked to have raised their hands. Yes to all those questions. Folks all over this country I've talked to, and I got to be honest with you. People all over the United States of America, they are working hard. There is no lack of hard work in the United States of America, don't you agree? People are working hard.